Hey YouTube family, welcome to Coding Quill. So, from a very long period of time, um, I am not active in my YouTube channel and your C programming series session. The reason being is that my exams are going on, and suddenly after my SEM exams, my college fest are started, and after that, Holy Festival. So that's why I think to continue my next part of C programming series videos after all this kind of steps will be finished. So no more wait, let's continue to our topic, which is our kind of parameter, which we discussed in previous videos and only see their types. So now let's discuss on it. Let's see again that there are 4 types of parameters and their return values. So first one is your function with no parameters and no return values. Second one will be your function with no parameters and return values. Third one will be your function with parameters and no return values. And last one will be your function with parameters and return values. So let's see the first one, which is our function with no parameters and no return value. Function with no parameters and no return value. Okay, so in this category there is no data transfer between the calling function and the call function. Okay, so no data transfer between the calling function to the called function. Data transfer. And also there will be a flow of control from calling function to called function. It also has the flow of control. Okay, flow of control is nothing but basically your just like you're following some directions step by step. Likewise, it's called the flow of control. Okay, and there is no parameters. The function cannot receive any value from the calling function. Means no parameters and cannot receive. Okay, and the last one will be your when function does not return a value, or you say the calling function cannot receive any value. So basically it is from the called function. Okay, like just a second, 1 2 3, and the last one will be a does not return does not return a value. Okay, so let's see a simple code for this. So we write hashtag include stdio.h. okay, this will be your header file, standard input output library, and this will be your function with no parameters and no return values. Okay, so we will take one example. Just take one as a greet. Okay, greet, and in curly brackets we'll print one function, not function, sorry, one statement. Printf, this will be your hello, welcome to Coding Quill. Okay, and new line I want. And now in the main function I will write int main. Okay, in main function I will call that statement, means this greet. Okay, so calling that function, just write one statement calling the function. Okay, so it's just simple. We will write greet and bracket open close and return 0. Okay, just save and run this. Desktop. C programming. This will be your function with no parameters and no return values. Okay, dot C. Just compile and run. You can see hello, welcome to coding Quill. Okay, it's just simple. Now let's see the second one, which is our function with no parameters and return values. Function with no parameters and return values. So it is same as from the previous one, function with no parameters and no return values. It also had the same category, which has no data transfer between the calling function and the call function. But in other hand, there will be a data transfer from called function to calling function. Okay, and just write one same category of no parameters and no return values. Okay, but there will be your wait a second. But there will be your data transfer from called function to calling function. To calling function. And also you know that when no parameters are there, the function cannot receive any values from the calling function. When no parameters are there, the function cannot receive any values from the calling function. Cannot receive any value from the calling function. Calling function. Okay, so let's see a simple program for this. So we write hashtag include stdio dot h. Okay, this will be your function with no parameters, and return values. Okay, so for that we have to generate some number, some random number for this program. So we will take int generate random number. Okay, and in curly braces we will return and take a variable as random of, just take rand, and I have to return some number. So for that just take %100. Okay, so this rand is basically your function from you say std-lib, standard library. Okay, I have not written here. That is from hashtag include stdlib.h. okay, it's your standard library. Okay, stdlib.h. so stdlib.h is your header file, just like your stdio.h. This standard library provides several standard functions such as memory allocation, process control, and conversion functions, just like your malloc and free for dynamic memory allocation, exit for termination, atoi for string to integer conversion, and rand for generating pseudo random numbers. Just like for that, it's a standard in library. Okay, so after that we'll write, just here I'll write return returning a random number between 0 to 99, not 100. It's 0 to 99 only it will return, not up to 100. Okay, yes, using stdlib library, which is your random, means rand. Okay, everything is good. So after that we'll write a main function for that. So we'll write int main, and we'll call the function. So we'll write int your random number equals to generate random number, generate random number. Okay, and it will print whole random number. Okay, so for that we'll want %d in new line, which generate random number. Okay, this random number, which is this one, it complies to say just generate a random number, okay, from the function of array and b random, okay, generate random and semicolon, and after that return 0. Okay, everything is fine. So just save it, file, save file. This is your function with no parameters and return values. Dot c, and just run it. Which random number will generate? Okay, so in my case it will generating 41. Okay, now let's move on to the third one, which is our function with parameters and no return value. Function with parameters and no return values. Okay, so there will be a data transfer from calling function to the called function using parameters. Okay, so data transfer from calling to call, now from calling to called function using parameters. Using parameter. Okay, students, you can note all this thing which I write on my whiteboard. Okay, using parameter. But also one more thing, there will be no data transfer from called function to calling function. Remember, no data transfer from call to calling function, from call to calling function. And yes, if there will be any parameters are there, the function can receive any values from the calling function. Okay, if parameters are there, the function can receive any values. Okay, so let's see a simple code for this. So we write hashtag include stdio.h. This one will be your function with parameters and return value and no return value. Function with parameters and no return values. Okay, so again we take as a function greet function, so we'll write void greet, but in this greet we will take a character. So for that we will take char function, not take just char, we take the char name. Okay, and in curly braces we will print only hello. Percent s. So percent s is basically your character string. Percent s is only for the characters. Okay, /n, and it will constant the name. Okay. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, fine. Printf hello percent name. Okay, and in main function we will write char user name. Okay, and I'll take my name, Rohan. And we will greet it from the greet and username. One more thing, username. Okay, which is your hello Rohan. It will print. So username and semicolon return 0. Okay, just save and run this. Function with parameters and no return values dot c. Just run. Error expected before. Oh, sorry. Here I'll inverted comma. Yes, hello Rohan. Okay, now let's move on to the last one and fourth one also, which is our function with parameters and return values. Function with parameters and return values. Okay, so in this category there will be a data transfer from calling function to the call function, just like the previous one, which is our function with parameters and no return values. And there will be a no data transfer from call function to the calling function. And when parameters are there, same like function with parameters and no return values. Okay, only one point to remember in function with parameters and return values, that when the function returns a value, the calling function receive a value from the called function. Okay, when function returns any kind of value from a calling function, not from the call function but from the calling function, and yet it will be received a value from the called function. Okay, so let's see a simple code for this. So we write hashtag include stdi dot h. This one will be your function with parameters and return value. Okay, so we will just add in this function. So we'll write int addition, means add, for two function, int a and int b. Okay, so for that we will give, I have to return the function with, it shows that with parameters and return value. So for that we have to return a function. So return a, return a plus b. Okay, so basically it will return the sum of parameters. Return the sum of parameters. Okay, so in the main function we will give int num1 equal to take as 5 or 6, whatever you want, num1, and num2 equal to 3. Okay, and semicolon, and after that we will int sum, we'll write add function with num1 comma num2. Okay, inverted comma close. It will call the function with parameters. Okay, and I'll printf the sum of %d, which is your num1, and %d, which is your num2, is %d, which is your sum. Okay, and after that /n, and we have to define all these %d's. So first % is your num1, second will be your num2, and third one will be your sum, the total sum. And after that inverted comma close, return 0. Okay, let's save and run this. This will be your function with parameters and return values .c. The sum of 5 and 3 is 8. Okay, so this will be a function with parameters and return values. So thanks everyone. If you found this video helpful, then please like, share and subscribe. Till then, see you everyone with a new topic in further videos.